Shut up and sit down.
Hello, my friend. You are listening to the Dance Studio Scaled podcast, the number one place for innovative marketing, retention strategies, and business growth ideas made just for dance studio owners. Now, this isn't your average business podcast. We're here to shake things up, simplify the hustle, and focus on real, actionable insights. I'm your host, Jen Dalton, and after 30 years of running studios, coaching owners, and scaling businesses, I know one thing's for sure. There's no one size fits all in this industry. You've got the passion and I've got the tools to help you take it to the next level. So hit that subscribe button, grab a coffee, and let's scale your studio together. Well, hello there and welcome back to this week's episode of the podcast. I'm really glad that you are here and I truly do appreciate every single one of you that listens to this podcast. On the flip side of that, I really hope that every episode is giving you information, guidance, ideas that you can take into your everyday life and business and see changes and see the growth, because that's ultimately what I am here for. And I hope that that's what you're getting. Now, today, I don't know if you can tell, but I am recording this with a new microphone. It looks very fancy. I'll make sure I put some socials up so you can actually see it. I don't know what the sound quality difference is going to be, but hopefully let me know if you can tell a difference and if I sound more professional, because that's what it's all about, right? No, just joking. The information is actually what it's all about. All right, let's just get back into the episode for today, because I want to take you behind the scenes of something that is quietly but significantly changing the way that I run my business. And it's also changing the way that I'm supporting studio owners just like you. Now, this is something that helps me move faster, make better decisions, and support more clients. But probably most importantly, it helps me stay a few steps ahead in a fast-changing industry. And yes, it is AI. And if you've been around here for a while, you'll know that I have a bit of a passion about this and I have some projects that are happening. But they're also escalating, and I have a new offer that is coming up very soon, which I'm going to talk about a bit. I'll tell you a little bit more later in this episode. But before you think, no, this is not for me, we're creative people, this is not for us, or maybe you're like, I'm not techie enough for that, I just want you to hear me out. This episode isn't about complicated software or big business automation. It's just about how I use AI every day in small but powerful ways. And it's just to simplify how I work and stay ahead in business. Now, in 2025, running a studio or leading a business of any kind looks very different to what it did even a couple of years ago. I am sure you will agree the pace is faster, expectations are higher, and whether you're running a studio, leading a team, or building a business like mine that supports other business owners, staying ahead means being strategic and not just busy. I know you're busy, everyone's busy, but how can we change that? Now, I see it in studio owners that I coach every day. They are smart, they are driven, they are passionate, but they are tired. Everyone's tired, but tired of feeling like they're reinventing the wheel every term. They're tired of staring at a blank screen, like trying to write a newsletter or reply to an email, or even just updating content information or performance information. It's just tired of that constant need to switch the hats that we do in our business, whether it's from teacher to manager to marketer to admin. So let me walk you through how I've personally integrated AI into my own daily workflow and how I'm helping other studio owners do the same. All right, let's get into it. So number one is I use AI to speed up the thinking work. Now, you know the task that I'm talking about. It's the writing emails, it's the planning of content, it's outlining the strategies. The work that clogs up your brain and takes far too long to get going. Or sometimes I refer to this like that energetic creation mode that we're in. We're spending so much time trying to create it across the board, so business-wise, but also in the classroom with themes, with music, with choreo. And so it takes a lot of energetic mindset for us to sort of get going with this. When I'm planning like a new email campaign, for example, or promoting an upcoming workshop or even a podcast episode or like the next mastermind intake, I'll actually open up my assistant and I type something like draft an email inviting studio owners to plan their Q2 goals with a supportive tone that highlights clarity, confidence, and sustainable growth. And then within seconds, I've got a strong starting point. I don't copy and paste it word for word, right? But what it does is it gives me the bones, like it gives me a structure and often the exact phrasing that I need to move forward quickly, with usually a little bit of tweaking here and there. But in all honesty, it saves me so many hours by just doing this. And it's exactly the same with the studio owners that I work with. You know, we apply this in practical ways. Now, whether it's planning enrollment events or creating a team handbook or scripting social media captions, we're using AI as a brainstorming partner that serves and saves us hours each week. Okay, number 2 is I use AI to support systems without losing personality. So again, the AI that I'm using has been trained. It knows me, it knows my voice, it knows what I expect. But this is a big one because there's a misconception that using AI will make your communication feel cold or robotic. Now, in my experience and in the results that I've seen with clients, it actually does the opposite if you're using it correctly. Now, when you use AI to create consistency and save time, it actually gives you more capacity than to personalize, to connect, and just to lead in the ways that you want to. So one of the ladies that I coach recently used AI assistant to map out her full marketing strategy for term 2. Now, she started by asking it to generate a rough content plan across certain key channels, so we're really specific. And then we spoke about making it into an email, social media, include in-studio promotions, and we wanted to be focusing on enrollment and retention. And the AI assistant then gave her a structure that was customized to her own offer, her own tone, and wrapped around her studio culture. It gave her momentum, it saved her hours, and meant she just didn't get stuck staring at that blank screen trying to figure it out, or that just even where to start. Now, in my own business, I do the same. So I do it with team communication, I do email onboarding, client proposals, anything I need to repeat, I've built into my workflow using AI as the base. Okay, number 3, I use AI to save time in unexpected places. Now, sometimes it's not just the big projects that drain your energy, it can be those little tasks that pile up as well. So, for example, I will use AI to write job descriptions or tweak role responsibilities. I'll use it to even just to generate dot point takeaways after client coaching calls. So I'll put a script in or I'll put notes in from a call and I will ask it, how can I make this better? How can I improve it for myself? How can I improve it for the person I'm speaking to? I love that it will create event names and taglines and copy for things like my website and sales pages and social media. Now, I know that probably doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're constantly trying to create and think of things and people are wanting things from you, to try and think of a name or a tagline for something can sometimes like be the end of my ability to even create anything. So I really utilize my AI in that sense. Another way is like drafting up emails or DM replies. So this could be after a launch. It could be an email that I receive with someone with a question of something or following up from a training that we've done, and I will use AI. So I will actually grab that information that they're asked, I'll put it into AI, remember, a very specific part of AI that has been trained so it knows my clients and it knows my language, and I'll ask it to help me draft up an email response. Remember also that I don't just copy and paste that. I use that as a launching pad. So they're the types of things that I really used to overthink or push to the bottom of my to-do list because it was just too hard. But now I'm able to get them done quickly and with a lot less stress. And what it does, it just keeps the momentum moving and my head clearer for then the bigger thinking picture, or the one-on-one stuff, or the in-person stuff, which is, to me, that's the stuff that AI can't do. So if it can save me time doing the other stuff, then that's where I can put 100% of my energy and effort. All right, number 4 is I use AI to stay in a strategic mindset and not a reactive one. Now, this is probably the most important shift of all, and something I talk about a lot with the studio owners in my community. Now, when you're in reactive mode, you're always putting out fires. You don't have time to plan ahead, to create, to lead. Or if you do, you still have to get those things done, right? However, they're not then done to the best of your ability because your time and energy is taken up elsewhere. But when you have the tools and the systems that lighten your load, you can then operate from a place of clarity and control. And that's what AI allows me to do. I'm not solving every problem with more hours. I'm solving it by asking, how can I do this smarter? Like, I literally ask it, how can I do this smarter? Can you make this sound better? Like, these are the questions I'm saying. And that mindset is what keeps me and my clients growing without burning out. And it's also the reason that I have created my new offer. And the latest offer, drumroll please. So off the back of the custom GPTs, or the AI Dance Business Assistant, that model is going to be moving into a new model, and it's called Dance AI Membership. And now this is launching within a couple of days of this episode coming out. I'm super excited about it. I will actually be heading to the Dance Teacher Expo up in Queensland. I don't know if you're going, please make sure you come and say hello. I will be up there exhibiting. I'll also be presenting on this topic, which I'm so excited about. So this is for studio owners who are just ready to stop doing business the hard way. It's the most simple way of putting it. If you, like, the members who join, they get access still to all the 12 custom GPTs that have been built and educated and trained. They've been specifically done this way with information for dance studio needs and industry needs. And each month we're going to focus on one key area of business. So that may be your classroom experience, it may be team, it may be marketing, retention, systems, finances. And together I will show you how you can use your AI to help in those areas and do it more efficiently. Every month includes fresh prompts, there'll be training, there'll be tested strategies that you can apply straight away. So no fluff, just the practical support to help you feel less scattered and pretty much just more in control. Because I'll tell you, I don't want this to just be another thing that you have to get your head around. If you think there's a space in your business and in your life for AI, then I want this to be the easiest transition for you, so you don't have, let me do all the thinking for you. I'll do all the practice, I'll make all the mistakes, and then I'll be able to share it with you. And honestly, that is the idea behind the monthly support. Now, if you're feeling like this is exactly what you need right now and you are interested in this, I haven't officially opened yet, but it's happening within the next couple of weeks. But if you want to send me a DM on Instagram, and I will keep your details to the side. I also am going to be launching with a fast action bonus as well. So if you send me that DM and put your name down, you will be eligible for that as well. And if you are coming to the Dance Teach Expo, I will be presenting a session called Smarter, Faster, Creative, AI for Studio Growth. So I'll be walking you through exactly how studio owners are using these tools every day, sharing case studies, doing live demos to show you how simple and impactful this can be for you. So make sure if you are there, please come along and say hi and let's just chat. And let's just chat about how you can start applying this in your own studio. All right, I just want to finish up this episode by saying if you are feeling unsure or intimidated by AI, let me reassure you, never in a million years did I think that I would be pursuing this with such a passion. I am not tech savvy at all. I don't love learning about the newest and latest app and program because I'm tired enough with everything else that's going on, just like you. And there are so many things to keep across, like especially with the pace of what life is throwing at us at the moment. To be honest, it just like exhausts me to think about it. But for me is different. You know, I'm living the positive effects of the changes and support that it gives me in business. And with Dance AI, I just do all the learning and the simplifying and tech stuff for you so that I can just hand it to you and you can just make it work. All right, to finish up, I want to remind you that using AI isn't about taking the heart out of your business. It's about giving yourself the breathing room to lead with more purpose, to be more present, and just to be able to focus more on your vision. And that is how I use AI to create space, to focus on what matters and to stay one step ahead, not in hustle mode, but in control. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in to the Dance Studio Scaled podcast. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other studio owners who would love it too. And let's keep the conversation going. Follow me on Instagram at Jen Dalton for more tips, insights, and behind-the-scenes moments to help you simplify and scale your studio. Until next time, keep dreaming big and taking action. I'll see you back here soon.